Morning everybody. So it's December now, beginning of December, and I've just fed the horses. Tommy, well I say, yeah, no, just Tommy's finished his already, but I think he's had a nice sleep tonight. Have you had a nice sleep, Tom Tom? Look at you both sides. Because we put new shavings in your stable yesterday. Yes? What a mess you are. What a mess you are. So it's really quite windy again. Or still, I should say. It's just been windy like so much over the last month, 6 weeks. I'm sick to death of it, but we're so lucky because we haven't had all the rain that they've had up north over the last few days, which just, well, just dreadful. So we're really lucky down here. We've actually hardly had any rain. It has rained overnight. We haven't had that much, and I think the wind's supposed to be dying down today. So fingers crossed, because I'm hoping to ride later. Anyway, I need to get on and change rugs and get ready to put them in the field. So I will update you in a bit. You up to, Bazza? You finished? You can't finish. No. So that's them all out. Tommy's gone. And Chesney and Basil are hanging around. I did move the fence yesterday, so I shouldn't think they'll be here long. Because there's some nice grass. There's some nice grass, isn't there, Chesney? You going to go and see? That's a good plan. Bit dark. So, mucking out now. And that's a nice tiny little path from Tommy today. He doesn't like having wet food. He never eats the liquid, but Basil sucks it up, which always makes me laugh. Like he needs a straw, really. And Basil's not too it'll all be buried because it looks okay. It's always the same with Basil's. The day after he has new shavings, and of course I put his on the bottom to try and keep the dust down a bit in his stable. I probably should do it with Tommy's as well, to be honest, just because of the dust transfer. But I don't at the moment. I only do it with Basil's. Anyway, he always. I don't know. I guess it's because in the. I guess it's because when the bed's been down like a day or two, it sort of gets a bit trodden down, so it's not as loose, so it's not as easy to be moved around and kicked around yet. But the first day after I've moved it all up and he's not been in, it's quite movable, so I think he just moves more easily for when he moves around. I think maybe that's why, because tomorrow it'll be better, and that's all I can guess. You can see, well, I don't know if you can, there's like a little, he sleeps over there. When he lies down, he stands and sleeps in that corner, which you can probably see because he poos on the wall sometimes. Not really often, to be honest, but sometimes. But there's like a flat bit there. Well, he's obviously slept last night. Bless him. Anyway, better muck out. And just so you can also see where Tommy slept. He slept there, across there. He's funny how he sleeps right at the front of his stable. I guess it didn't. Well, it's always been the front, because even when the bed was that way, even when the bed sort of came across that way, then it was still in the middle if he slept there, rather than be like in the back corner. Anyway, it's working quite well having the bed this way round. Actually, I'm really quite pleased, because obviously when he pulls hay out the hay net, it stays dry and nice now, whereas there it was where the urinal dripped, drained down. So it's working much better. It's much cleaner. and better for him, and he seems to have got used to it quite quickly, so I'm really chuffed with that. Anyway, mucking out. Okay, so I've finished the mucking out. I'm just making the hay nets, and I'm gonna get some hay down from the top, so that it's easier in the week. I don't have to keep climbing on the top, so because once I finish these bales, then obviously I can't reach up there, so I'm going to bring some bales down. And the other things I'm going to do today, and I'm actually quite embarrassed and ashamed to show you this, is have a bit of a tidy up in the tack room, in the feed room, as they have got totally away from me again over the last couple of months. Everything's been hectic and it's been just, anyway, they're dreadful. So I need to have a bit of a tidy up in here, because I have a pile of stuff over here, and rugs and the clippers. I did tidy them a bit, but I didn't put them back in the box properly. I took the blades off, but I haven't anyway. So that's the horrendous tack room, and then the feed room, which is sort of where it's most of a rug dump, is I finished a bag of nuts this morning, so that bag's going to the bin. But yeah, I need to put some of the thin summer rugs, fold them up and put them away on the top so that they're out the way, and just have a sort out, because I'm going to go and get some more. I mean, it's all right at the front here. And have a sweep up, and I'm going to go and get some more shavings and some more food today as well, so I need to have a tidy up ready to fit that in. But yeah, so that's the aim for the next, don't know, we'll see how long it takes. So there we go, that looks a bit better. Rugs piled up, clear floor as well, bit of tinsel for Christmas. It's not perfect, but it's better, a lot better than it was. So I've given the floor a bit of a sweep and just sort of tried to tidy the floor up and stack up some of the rugs. Basically, I had, well, you've probably seen, Basil was wearing his thick purple rug, and then it's gone really warm again, so he's gone back one, so I had two out, and anyway, I've decided to put that one away for a few days. So that's that all done. Okay, and the feed room, there we go. So I'm not quite sure. I seem to have a huge number of piles of rugs everywhere. Anyway, so all the thin ones are up there that I shouldn't need again until the spring. Then these are the thicker ones that they were wearing and they're not wearing again, so I didn't want to put them back up there. So they'll probably be wearing them again. And Tommy's, and space for some more shavings when I go today. Yeah, so that is looking a lot better. And there are some very naughty boys out here this morning. They're feeling very silly, and they're playing silly what's it. Dreadful mud. At least we're not underwater. Anyway, I'm going to now, I've got something exciting new. The hay steamer finally. It's sort of an early birthday, Christmas and everything together present. I've had it a couple of weeks, so I'm still getting used to it. but it needs cleaning out every week, so I'm going to do that next. And obviously also this bit needs a bit of a tidy up as well, so I'm going to do that. And basically, luckily we've got sockets up here, so the it heats up the water in there and it feeds the steam in there. It takes a long time to get it up to temperature because there's a temperature gauge, and it takes a long time. That's only good enough for 2 hours, and it takes a good hour to get this up to temperature, and then it's supposed to be steamed for at least an hour. So to be honest, I'm struggling a little bit with doing it for an hour, but it seems to be okay. Fingers crossed, we'll see how we go. So obviously it ends up with hay in the bottom. I'm not quite sure why there's so much, but you know, hay gets everywhere. But there's little holes on the end here, so I've got to tip it up, and then the water's supposed to come out these holes. But I'm going to get some of the hay out first. And this pipe obviously is where the steam comes out. Oh, so it's quite clever. Anyway, let's tip it up. Probably need 2 hands. Let's see. Oh no. Because it's got a rim, you see. It's got a rim, so which is obviously helps contain the steam. It doesn't just easily tip out, so. I guess I could just tip it upside down. Now I'll get some of the water out and the hay out. So that's that done. It's not perfect. I did hose it out, but obviously you can't get all the little bits of hay out because they just get caught, and that's the problem, is that you have to put your hand down the edge to keep the hay out from blocking the holes. Anyway, it's not got, you know, the nasty orangey vinegar, well, not vinegary, but anyway, composite in the bottom. So that's the idea, is to keep that clean. So I'm now going to go and buy some shavings and some horse food. The horses have calmed down now. I'm munching again where I moved the fence yesterday, so the rest of the field is just like a quagmire, which is just but it will recover, it always does. Anyway, I shall check in with you in a little while. So it's a bit later. I've been and bought some stuff for the horses. I bought a bit of a selection. I've laid it all out. I bought some shavings, a couple of bags of Todd's the 16 plus cubes that I'm feeding Chesney now, which seem to have made a huge difference in putting his weight on. Obviously I've got some Hi-Fi Senior, which he is also having. I didn't need any Good Doer because I have plenty of that for the other two. I also got some Bequest, as they're due to be worn for insisted small redworm in the next week or so. So I'm going to probably do that next weekend. And then I bought some Easy Breathing from NAF. I wrote a blog about trying to find a breathing supplement for Basil a couple of weeks ago, and so I'll pop a link in the bar below in case you want to read about that. But basically I wanted to get him something really, because obviously in the summer he struggles a bit with his breathing. So the idea is, I'm thinking that I will give him some in advance and really try and improve his respiration, his breathing. I mean, he's fine at the moment with the steamed hay, but this I had a look at quite a few supplements which are on my blog, so I'm not going to talk about it hugely, but there's things in there that should help with his immunity and the mucus build up and all these sorts of things. So go and have a look at my blog if you are interested as to why I've chosen that one and whatever. So I really want to try and get his lungs and his whole respiratory system really good before the pollen comes out next May, June time. So that is the plan. That is why I've bought some of that. So it wasn't too expensive. I'll see how we go, because obviously he's going to need quite a bit. So we'll see how we get on with that. Anyway, I'm now going to ride him. So I should go and catch him. And I think I'm going to ride him in the school. The wind has dropped quite a lot, not totally. And Chesney, oh, now we're having a gallop at the field. Excellent. I was just going to say that Chesney has spotted me and then therefore knows that something is going to happen. But now they're coming to the gates, that's even better. Tommy's gone the other way. Probably Tommy started it. Something probably made him a bit jumpy and the others just joined in. Anyway, I shall go and catch Basil and see how we get on. So we've had a nice ride. Have you been a good boy? Yes, he says I was a good boy. I was a very good boy. I was a bit jumpy at the... We had a little robin. Did we have a little robin? It kept bobbing in and out of the hedge and kept making you jump, didn't it? Hey, silly robin. What a silly robin. Hey, good boy. So he got a bit warm actually. First time he's got a little bit warm. Did you have fun though? Did you have fun? You like being ridden, don't you? So I'm just going to untack him, pop his rug on and put him back out in the field with silly Chesney. Hey, he's a good boy. So now I'm going to clean my tack, as it's looking a bit in need of it, before it's time to get the horses in and tuck them up for the night. So I shall get on with that and see you in a bit. So that's the tack all cleaned and it's now dark out here, which is, oh, well, there's somebody thinks it's dinner time. Who do you think it might be? Oh yes, it's Chesney. You can just see your face, Chesney, in the... Hey? There you are. Right, better make your tea then. Not sure if Tommy's going to come in. I'm going to have to go down the field with the food bowl. And hopefully he'll come then. Sometimes, well, he's quite easily spooked still, so Tommy, come on, tea time. You can usually see his green bowl. You won't be able to see him, but he's coming now. Come on, Tom Tom, good boy. Good boy, come on then. Might be able to hear him in a minute. Squelching. Good boy. Don't like the mud, do we? Good boy. Come on then. We'll put his bowl back in his stable. Here he is. Good boy. There's a good boy. Good boy. Oh, look at you, muddy monster. Good boy, mind your tail. Go on. Oh, I'm not really frightened of having the door shut. Right, I'm going to turn the lights on so I can see, because sometimes I think it's the bright lights he doesn't like coming in. There we go. And we've got to, so what to do the rugs and pick their feet out. But first I've got to put Basil's hay in there in the morning, so I put it in at night so that first thing in the morning I can switch it on so it has the maximum amount of time before I go to work. So I've got to load that on. Eat them. Good boy. Boy. This one then. Come in. This one. Up. Good boy. I've got something in it. Good boy. Good boy. That's one of them. Good boy. Oh, good boy. Bucket. Good boy. There's a good boy. Oh, good boy. Good boy. So all tucked up now. Good boy. You got all over your head. Hey? All tucked up. So I'm going to finish the vlog there for this weekend, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing what we've got up to again, and my little friend here who's really just still coming on in leaps and bounds every week, aren't you? Hey, so thanks very much for watching, guys. I'll see you again soon. Bye.